Regardless of how good your messaging is, no one wants to be forced to opt into it. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about a common rejection that I'm seeing right now from the DCAs or direct connect aggregators for 10DLC campaigns. And that is the use of a forced opt-in or not having the right opt-in verbiage on your website. So we are going to jump into that today in this video. Hi, my name is Will Craig. I'm a co-founder of a company called Signal House. Signal House is a messaging provider that specializes in connectivity for CRMs and marketing platforms, but we provide connectivity for any company that is sending a message from an application or a software system to a person or someone's handset. And obviously the reverse of that as well, from a handset to a software system. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dig right in. And so before we talk about forced opt-in, I first want to make sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to the 10DLC A2P process. So 10DLC just means 10-digit long code. These are the phone numbers that you're all familiar with, where the first 3 digits correspond to a local area code in the United States. And A2P stands for application to person. So this is the ability to send messages from a software application to a person's handset. And companies are able to do this through a process called A2P registration. So application to person, registration. This process is a 2-step process where the first step is verifying your brand. This is really just verifying your business. So it's your EIN, it's your company name, and it is the type of organization you are, like a private profit company, a public company, or a nonprofit, for example. There's also sole proprietors and others on there as well. And so they're matching all this data up against an IRS database. And so long as all that data matches up, you get a thumbs up in the form of a verified brand. Now, the campaign review is what we're talking about today. That is a more in-depth review. That review happens by a DCA or direct connect aggregator. This is upstream from your messaging provider. So we, for example, are connected to 3 out of the 4 DCAs in the United States. So that's 75% coverage of all of the DCAs for redundancy, so that if we have any issue with one DCA, we can very seamlessly switch your traffic to another DCA to make sure that you always have uptime for your messaging. Now, when these DCAs are reviewing these campaigns, they are reviewing them manually. So it's a manual individual review. And because of that, you can sometimes get some inconsistencies because we are humans and we're fallible. And because of that, there can be some inconsistencies with the stringency of the review. Some campaigns are getting approved that should be rejected, and some are getting rejected that should be approved. And so this is to be expected when it's an individual review like that. But what we try to do at Signal House is make sure that your campaign submission is non-rejectable, meaning that there is nothing on there that could ever possibly lead a reviewer to reject it. We want it to be 100% perfect so that you can bypass that and guarantee first-time approvals, except for exceptionally rare circumstances where someone accidentally hits the reject button. With all of us now being up to speed and have the same background on the process, let's go ahead and dig to the meat of this, and that is the forced opt-in and the right verbiage being within your CTA or your call to action on your website. And for this, I'm actually going to showcase one of our Signal House landing pages. This is a value add that we provide with Signal House. So when you are submitting your brand at Signal House, if you do not have an approvable website and you want to have a 10DLC compliant landing page to use for the messaging campaign that you're registering with us, you can create that directly within your Signal House portal. Now, we also connect with different CRM systems. We have a HubSpot application, for example, and our Go High Level application is launching very, very soon, just a couple weeks, and it will be live on the Go High Level app marketplace. And we are very, very excited about that. And you'll be able to do this in Go High Level as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you one of these landing pages that we have created, and then we'll show you what forced opt-out means and what verbiage to look out for in your website. Okay, so here we are on one of our Signal House landing pages. Now, I have decorated this with our Signal House pink as sort of the main flow color with purple for the text, but you'll be able to choose exactly what color scheme you want for the primary and secondary text color and primary and secondary background color. So let's dig into this forced opt-in. What forced opt-in means is that to submit this form, so if I type in Will Craig. I type in my email, will@signalhouse.io. And please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And then I'll go ahead and type my phone number in here also. So this would mean that I would be forced to click these boxes, or at least one of these boxes, to actually submit this request. That's a forced opt-in. So the reason that the carriers and the DCAs have a problem with this is that you might want to put your information in, but you may not want to receive text messages. You may only want to receive emails. You may only want to get a phone call. You may just want to submit your information so that you can reach out to them separately. You might not actually want them to reach out to you. So it's not fair to the end user if you require them to check these boxes to actually submit the request. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that what you need to have in this is by providing a phone number, clicking the button, and submitting the form. So what you do not want to have is by providing a phone number, you are consenting to be contacted by SMS messages from Signal House. And the reason why there is that little bit of a difference in the verbiage is because, for example, if you were to, again, put in your information here and then click submit, you would be under the impression that you did not submit for marketing or customer care messages. This also includes account notifications. Here is the use cases. You would not be under the impression that you're going to get those messages from this company because you didn't select that. But the sneaky verbiage here, by providing a phone number, you are consenting to be contacted. So if you delete this part here and just have by providing a phone number, what you're technically saying is that you don't actually have to submit these boxes or click these boxes. We can reach out to you if you provide us your phone number. Now, the issue that you're going to run into is twofold. One, your customers aren't going to appreciate that. And two, they could actually argue that they did not consent to receive messaging from you. And that could put you in a world of hurt from a TCPA lawsuit standpoint. We have a video on TCPA on our channel. Please feel free to look at that if you so choose. But in general, I would highly advise you to use verbiage like this. By providing a phone number, clicking this button, and submitting the form, you are consenting to be contacted. Or even better, by clicking this button, you are consenting to be contacted. That's even better, just completely removing the by providing a phone number. However, again, we have had this verbiage checked by the DCA, and they are good with this verbiage if it is written like this. So again, I hope this was helpful. The keys here do not require them to check these boxes to be able to submit the request. And so I hope that this was really helpful, and I hope that you learned something. The key here really is to not require the user to check the box to hit submit. They should be able to just put their information in, click submit, and not need to select the boxes. The other thing is just the verbiage that we're using in the box. So it's okay to say by providing a phone number, clicking this button, and submitting the form, you're consenting to being contacted. What is not okay is just to say by providing a phone number, you are consenting to be contacted. That is not okay. They have to actually consent overtly through the act of clicking the button. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. I hope you learned something. If you did, give it a thumbs up. We post these videos 5 days a week, all about the messaging ecosystem to help you better navigate it. And we will see you in the next one.